Yes.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the new AI-driven data analysis for cybersecurity course. I am so excited for you guys to be here. It's going to be a fun course. For those of you who are new, have never attended my classes, I am Daniel Robinson. By day, I'm a virtual chief information security officer and founder of QRIQ. I have 7 years in the cybersecurity space, 12 years in governance, risk compliance, and investigations overall. I do have my certified information security manager and certified data privacy solutions engineer certifications through ISACA, 2Kids, Supermom. I do a lot. Our agenda. Okay, so again, this class is only 1 hour long. So today it'll be an hour and a half. I want to allot time for questions and answers after the recording stops. Our agenda will be week one. We're going to do introduction to AI and data analysis for cybersecurity. So it's going to be light today. It'll be a lot more theory than it will be hands-on, although we will have some hands-on at the end of the class. Week two will cover manual data analysis. So that's where we'll validate the data in in Excel. Week three will have access reviews, more AI practice. Week four, we'll do intro to automation with TypeScript and Claude. Week five, we'll do security reporting and communicating of risk using AI. And then week six, we'll actually be designing an AI agent. Week seven, we'll do a capstone. Part one to be to build the AI. And then week eight, I'm actually going to have you present and improve on your AI agent. So you guys will be building agents by the end of the 8 weeks. So let's start with what is cybersecurity data. So if you guys are in the ISO course, this will seem like a little repetitive for you guys, but of course these classes are meant for beginners as well. So cybersecurity data tells us what's happening inside a computer system so we can detect problems and reduce risk. So that data may look like your login data. So who logged into a system, when they logged in, from what location or device that they logged in. We can track this with maybe a SIM tool. Vulnerability data. So systems with security weaknesses, the severity of those weaknesses, and whether or not they have been fixed. So we'll look at a mock Rapid7 report that I generated. That's not going to be any client data. It's all data used, generated by AI. We'll be looking at our security data could also be networking data, so traffic moving across a network, unusual connections and connections between systems, and then security alerts, warnings from security tools, possible malware activity, and suspicious behavior. And I can't see you guys, so if you have a question, you guys will just have to come off mute and tell me you guys have a question. Okay, so what is AI? So I wanted to break it down for you guys in the most simplest form, right? Because I know that when I began looking into it, I had a ton of questions and really wanted to understand. So I've tried to build this class to make sure that AI is broken down in its simplest form. So AI is a computer system that learns patterns from large amounts of data and uses those patterns to generate answers, predictions, or decisions. So it's not magic. It doesn't already know something. You have to be able to input security reports, threat alerts, vulnerability scans, huge data sets, risk analysis, threat trends. You have to you have to feed it data, right? Once you feed it that data, then it can predict what it's supposed to do next based off the data that it's fed. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so an example of that. AI will predict most likely the next word based on its patterns. So if you type security analyst monitor, AI will predict words like alerts, log systems, because there's already a pattern, right? People have been using AI for the last few years, so people have been feeding it this data, so it's trained already to predict what the next word would be. However, if it's, let's say, for example, if there's something new, you type in something that is completely off the wall, AI is going to generate a hallucinated response, right? So it doesn't know, it's not magic. It doesn't know everything. The AI is only as good as the data that you feed it. And then there's generative AI, right? So generative AI is a super advanced autocomplete system that learns from millions of examples. So ChatGPT, for example, or Claude. Claude is a great example of that, right? So they're able to not only predict, but they're able to produce new content, right? So let's say you want to build a website using Claude. You can go into Claude and say, hey, I want a website built, and it will generate a website for you in Claude, right? Because it's able to utilize the millions of examples that it's had in the past to be able to produce what now you're looking for. So but as the screen says, when you start a sentence, it predicts what should come next. But because it learned from so many examples, it can produce complex things like reports, code, and analysis. So generative AI can produce new content based on simple language that you feed it. So what is an AI agent? And again, right now I'm just talking, we're just going over high level what AI is, breaking it down for you so that we can get to our hands-on exercise as quickly as possible. Again, since we only have an hour. So again, stop me. You guys know I will answer any questions that you guys have. Um, so what is an AI agent? An AI agent is a program that uses AI to automatically perform tasks based on instructions. So an AI agent could read a vulnerability report, identify critical vulnerabilities, and create a summary report, right? But then if you're like me, you're probably wondering, okay, what is the difference between AI AI and just something like Claude Code, right? So we'll get into that. So what we're going to be using is Claude Code. It's a web application and AI assistant that helps you write, understand, and analyze code or data using simple instructions in plain English. So you could use Claude Code to analyze data sets, write scripts, explain code, automate tasks, summarize information, and build AI agents. So that's a lot of things that you can do in Claude Code, right? So we're going to be doing a lot of that, such as analyzing data sets. We are going to be writing scripts using TypeScript. We won't necessarily need to explain code. We're not going to necessarily use that. We are going to automate tasks when we build our AI agents and summarize information. So what you must do though for AI is you must validate results. You have to interpret risk and make decisions. Automation, machine learning, it cannot own the risk, right? So that's the purpose of the information system security officer class. An ISO owns the risk, no matter what. That cannot be put in a machine's hands. Cloud Code is also an AI chatbot. It's an AI assistant for coding and data analysis. It can read the data, write the code, and explain the results for you. So we're going to get into Cloud Code in a minute. But key point, Cloud Code is a tool that helps you work with code and data by following instructions that you type in normal language. So an example of that would be analyzing the vulnerability set and tell me which systems have the most critical vulnerabilities. That would be the most simplest form, which we're actually going to practice some hands-on. Did someone have a question?
Yeah, this is Melissa. I have a question. Is this different from regular Claude? Is there a Claude Code, a separate app, or is it the same
It's
underneath
the
Claude?
same. Yeah, it's
Okay,
under Claude. Yeah, I just put Claude Code, but Claude Code, whatever you want to call it.
got it. Okay.
So Cloud Code versus AI. So if you're like me, you're probably wondering, okay, what is the difference between AI, like an AI agent and Cloud Code, right? Like if I could type something into Cloud Code and give me an answer, why would I need an AI agent to do it? So Cloud Code works manually. So it's like asking an assistant to perform an action, like analyze this vulnerability data set, and Cloud Code will analyze it and give you an answer, but it's triggered, right? An AI agent is like hiring an assistant that automatically does the job for you. So example would be every time a new vulnerability report is ran, let's say it comes down from Rapid7, and it's maybe triggers an email, or it has maybe a connection into an AI tool. It will automatically be able to read the report, identify critical vulnerabilities, generate a summary, and send a report. right? So an AI agent is able to do everything automatically as opposed to you having to trigger an action. Does that make sense to everyone?
No, I'm still kind of confused on the code versus AI.
Okay, so coding. Okay, so maybe I should have took Claude code out because Claude itself. Let's go back here. So Claude is the web-based application. It's actually just called Claude, but they call it Claude code when you use it to write any type of scripting. So if you want to write something in Python or TypeScript or anything like that, it can also be a coding tool. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Okay, I got that.
And
Okay.
then if you want to use it as just AI, like ChatGPT, it is also an AI chatbot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's different ways that you could use it. So
Okay.
that's why there's like back here where Cloud Code is an AI chatbot and AI assistant for coding and data analysis. So it does both of those.
Okay, thank you. I got it.
You're welcome.
It makes sense.
Okay. Did anyone else have a question? Thought I heard a male's voice. Okay. All right, we'll get hands-on so you'll be able to understand it more. And so we left off on this slide. So Claude Code versus AI. Claude, I should have just put Claude. Claude versus AI. You ask the AI to perform a task. It does some manual interaction, one request at a time, and used for analysis or coding help. Whereas an AI agent, the AI actually performs the task automatically. It has an automated workflow and it runs continuously on a schedule and then used to automate a process. So it's no more analyze this vulnerability data for me. It's just you input the information one time, and every time a new report is generated, it's automatic. The AI agent will handle it for you. But again, the AI agent is only as good as the data you feed it, right? So if a new report comes in and the report is incorrect, the information that the AI agent will be incorrect based off of the report that was fed into the AI agent, if that makes sense.
Question really quick.
Go ahead.
The AI agent, is that something that you have to like configure for it to know how to, to do these certain requests or
Yes.
for it to be just automatic like that?
Yep. So you do have to build it out. So we're gonna at the end of the course, like towards week 7, 8, I think I said, we're actually going to design and build an agent and put an agent together. So yes, it will. You have to configure it to be able to run automatically to pull the report down. You have to tell it where to pull the report from, and perform the task automatically.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
And then one of the important things is prompting, right? So, a prompt is the instruction or question you give to an AI tool to tell it the action that you want it to perform. It's important that you provide the AI clear instructions, clear prompts, and not be vague, because then the AI may misinterpret what you're trying to ask. So an example of a clear prompt would be look at this, or an unclear prompt would be look at this data. The AI wouldn't know what you want, right? But a clear prompt would say analyze this vulnerability data set and count how many critical, high, medium, and low vulnerabilities exist. Now the AI would know exactly what you're looking for. So it's important because when we start hands-on, you want to make sure that your prompting is clear. And I've tried this, and I'm sure you guys have tried this as well. Just using ChatGPT, sometimes it'll spit you out the wrong information because it's not clear on what you meant. But what you can also do is use ChatGPT to say, hey, create a prompt for Claude Code to do X, Y, and Z if you want some clear prompting there as well. So that was mainly the theory part. Like I said, not going to be long. I want to jump into the. Worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. After Beverly is done, we're going to go ahead and continue.
You can continue. I'm just putting in my information for the code for Claude.
Okay, cool. Okay, so this that I had you guys downloaded, it's a Rapid7 report. It's a mock report, right? So it's not a full Rapid7 report because Rapid7 does have a lot more tabs, such as a proof column, the path where the vulnerability exists, things like that. But you guys are beginners and this is a learning class, so I have just included the most important tabs that you guys need now to start analyzing vulnerability data. So in column A, we have a list of IP addresses, again, all computer generated, no real client data. You have in column B the asset name. So this is really how it looks on a Rapid7 report. You have your IP address, you have your asset name. Typically, the names correlate with maybe like the department. So like dev would be like a DevOps PC. Maybe the dev team uses this. Maybe the exec team uses this is exec laptop. The finance team uses their assets, HR, so on and so forth, right? So when you're in a real environment, that's typically how they label the asset name, so they know who it belongs to, especially if you're like in a medical, like a healthcare setting. You may see like Epic server or something like that to identify which team it belongs to. In column C, you have your asset OS name. So depending on, what operating system that server or laptop is running on, you'll have a Windows, Red Hat, or Ubuntu operating system typically is what you'll see for the most part. Go ahead, Allison.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Tammy, are you back yet?
Do you hear me now?
You are still so broken.
Oh my God.
Wait, it was clear now.
It's clear
Well,
now?
yeah, it's
Okay.
better.
All right. I was saying where it says pick 3 topics to explore. Which one do I pick? Do I pick just any?
Are you talking about when signing up for Claude?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what the 3 topics were. You said what are the options? Can you hit skip on that?
I just say let's go. So should I just keep it?
I think you broke up again. If you can skip it, just skip it.
Oh my God. Okay, let me try that.
Yeah, or just select anything. It really doesn't matter the topics.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me try that.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to take you to the home screen where we need you to be anyways.
Okay.
Okay, so IP address, your asset name. Again, this is it's going to depend on how the environment is set up. But for the training environment, we have multiple different types of assets here. The OS name and then the CVE ID. So the CVE ID is how the vulnerabilities are tracked, right? So CVE and then 2023 would be maybe the year that it was released, and then the vulnerability number that was assigned to the vulnerability for easy tracking of the vulnerability. And then they have the vulnerability title. So in this case, this vulnerability was for an Apache server, and it has its CVE ID, and then the vulnerability score, which is how they score the vulnerabilities using CVSS, which is like a national standard. It's ranked as low. So you'll have different ones in here. You'll have low, medium, high, and critical vulnerabilities that we're going to be analyzing in this report. This is, again, typically how a Rapid7 report reads, with the exception of many different columns to follow the path. And when I say path, Rapid7, which I really, really love, Rapid7, like in this server, will tell you exactly where the vulnerability exists. So think of it like this, where you're going into the folder, and then you're going into your downloads, and then you're clicking on this, and you're clicking on that, and it's going to tell you exactly where to locate the vulnerability, if that makes sense. So if everyone is signed in to Claude, I want to do just some simple tasks, right? Because we only have 20 minutes left. So today we're just going to play around with Claude and give it some simple prompts. Um, so going, is everyone here? Everyone should be here where it says like, how can I help you today, and type in your command. Yeah, check, checked. Does everyone, does everyone see that?
I do.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So what I want you guys to do is take that same,
Sorry, I don't.
okay, where are you
Are
at
you
in
sharing your
Claude?
screen, Danielle?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you see Claude?
Okay.
Actually, I don't see your screen at all.
Does everyone else see it?
I do.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So who said you can't see it? Mm-mm.
I can't see your screen at all. I don't know what's going on.
I think Nathan just took over. So Nathan, I have my own topic. Because you're still in the onboarding. There you go.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay, so is everyone at this home screen now? Or just says good evening and how can I help you?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it some simple prompts. So just going back to the presentation real quick. So I want you guys to upload that Rapid7 report, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. Upload that Rapid7 report, that mock report, into Claude. And the exercise that we're going to perform today is giving Claude simple prompts. So one of the first questions that we're going to ask is how many total vulnerabilities are in the data set? And what we're asking it, when you look at the report, is how many vulnerabilities are in the data set, right? So sometimes these CVE, this column here, can be duplicates, but it's going to count how many vulnerabilities. So go ahead and go to Claude, and you should have saved that report to like your downloads. You're going to click the plus sign. You're going to add files or photos. You're going to go to your downloads, wherever you put that file, and then you're going to click on the report. Let me know when everyone is there. And your screen should look like this.
I'm there, but mine's dark mode. It's too bright. Hers is really bright.
I'm getting old, okay? I can't be sitting here in the dark with the dark screen and stuff. Like, I
Dark
can't do
mode
it.
is like it.
Okay, so sometimes I do like dark mode and it looks really pretty, but most times my eyes. Then what irritates me is like once you put everything in dark mode, if you don't just put the application there, then I try to go over to a Word tab because you know I be multitasking, got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Then the word be all dark, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no, I can't even see that. This don't even make no sense. So I'm not doing all that switching back and forth.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so wait, let me go here, and I'm just gonna type. You guys. Put it in the chat. Okay, everybody ready to go?
How many total vulnerabilities?
So I put the prompt in the chat. You guys are going to copy that exact prompt and paste it into Claude, just like this. So your scan report should be there, and then your prompt should be there, and then you're just going to hit the up arrow and let Claude analyze the report. And so to tell you, the data set contains 100 total vulnerabilities, 101 rows minus the header across 7 columns, including IP address, asset name, OS, CVEID, vulnerability title, CVSS score, and severity. Did everyone get the same response?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good. And then the next question we are going to ask it is how many critical vulnerabilities exist? And we'll do the same thing. Just copy and paste the prompt. And then it will read the same report. There are 15 critical vulnerabilities in the data set. Did everyone get the same response?
Mine's still working.
Okay.
Yes, I got it. I got it.
Okay. Everybody got the same response. Okay. And then we can say like which asset appears the most times in the report. We don't have to in the report, but which asset appears the most times?
Web server 2.
Yes, appears most times with 5 vulnerabilities. So you can see that AI is quickly scanning the report as opposed to you going in there and filtering for this stuff, right? And then our last question is which team, wait, I think I got rid of the team tab. Probably should have took this. And actually, this may be a good exercise. Okay, I took the team tab out, but let's see what it says. Which team owns the most vulnerabilities? Okay, good. Okay, so I did take the team tab out, and so Claude was able to recognize that team ownership column does not exist. So that's good. So in the school community, there are more prompts here for you guys to use. So understanding the data set. Again, this was just in a foundational level class to get you guys working with Claude. But the prompts continue to analyze the data sets. So the first prompt here be, I am a beginner cybersecurity student. Review this vulnerability data set and explain what the data represents in simple terms, right? So we can, if everyone downloaded the prompts, these are going to be used after class. You guys can continue building out your prompts and using them when class is not in session. But I wanted to give you guys prompts so that you can see how Claude can also help you to understand the data set as well. So it says what this data set is a vulnerability scan report, the kind generated by security tools like Rapid7. Think of it as a health check report for a company's computers and servers. It lists every known security weakness found across the organization's devices. And then it breaks down exactly what we had covered, but in more detail. And then what can the security team learn from this? It'll give you all the information that you need for each prompt, right? So again, you guys know I am big on if you don't use it, you lose it. So the prompts that I give you guys are so that you guys can begin running your own simulations at home, so that this stuff becomes repetitive and you're able to quickly understand it, especially when you get to the interviews and they start asking you, especially if you go into any type of vulnerability management positions, you'll quickly understand what these things mean. Okay, did that make sense for everyone? Again, we only have a 1-hour class, so after we stop the recording, then we're going to just have a discussion.
Yay.
Did anyone have any questions or feel lost about that? It's really simple to me.
Yeah, it looks simple. I just wish it was like I could see the actual, like what the Rapid7 software actually looks like, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that Rapid7, I don't know that Rapid7 has a
Like a sandbox or something.
yeah, not a sandbox, but like a like Splunk has that 6-week trial. I don't know that
Oh,
Rapid7 has that.
oh, it looks like
So
William
if they
said
do,
they.
you can just create an account and go in there and play around with it. I had a vulnerability class for Tenable, but even then we weren't showing the actual tool itself, just screenshots of the tool. But during the ISO class next on Tuesday, Miss Ashley will be talking about Tenable. So she'll be able to show you like
Nice.
screenshots.
Yay! I'm excited.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so our key takeaways was that AI learns patterns from large amounts of data. Cybersecurity data helps security teams understand what's happening in systems and identify the risk or threats. And then AI tools like Claude help analyze the data sets when asked questions. And then next week, I forgot to update this, but next week we're going to be doing whatever we said in the beginning. Next week, we're going to be doing manual data analysis to validate the AI. So there's a lot of companies that are not, you hear me, not allowing for you to use Claude to be able to analyze these vulnerability data sets. So it's important that you not only know how to use AI to make it more efficient for you, maybe what the outcome should be based on our mock exercises, but you should also know how to go in here and create a summary dashboard. Excuse me, which is what I'm going to show you next week. Create a summary dashboard that shows that has formulas and uses a TypeScript to be able to show the same thing that AI produced, right? So starting next week, we're going to do a manual analysis of this report so that we can actually show a summary dashboard that we create on our own. Because again, AI is being adopted quickly, but if you're in a high risk organization where a breach can cost millions, it's not going to be allowed. So it's important that you know how to manipulate the data manually as well as using AI. So next week we're going to be doing some manual analysis and then fact checking our